Hello and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred today in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things I personally find intriguing enough for me to bring to you. The source of this information comes from the smart device application on this day. The music in the background is Elektronomia by Energy, which I found on my YouTube channel No Copyright Sounds, aka NCS. For links to the app, music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar. Now let's get on with the show, shall we? Today is Freya's Day, aka Friday, October 7th, 2016. In 2008, asteroid 2008 TC3 impacted the Earth over Sudan. In 2003, Gray Davis, the former governor of California, was recalled in favor of Arnold Schwarzenegger. In 2001, the global war on terrorism began as a result of the September 11th attacks. The U.S. invasion of Afghanistan initiated with an air assault and covert operations on the ground. In 1998, Matthew Shepard, a homosexual student at the University of Wyoming, was found tied to a fence after having been savagely beaten by two young adults in Laramie, Wyoming. In 1996, the Faux News Channel began broadcasting. In 1993, the flood of 93 ended at St. Louis, Missouri, 103 days after it had began because the Mississippi River fell below the flood stage. In 1988, an Inupiat hunter discovered 3 gray whales trapped under the ice in Barrow, Alaska, United States. The situation became a multinational effort to free said whales. Alright, sit down, let me tell you about natural selection. It's a fundamental rule of nature that removes things too stupid to deserve to live. We humans need to learn how to follow said rule before we cause our own extinction. Yes, it's all sunshine and rainbows that we freed those whales, but all that time, resources, money, and manpower could have been better used in different ways, but instead we decided to waste it all on a few whales too dumb to deserve life, and would most likely get themselves killed in another way anyway. In 1987, Sikh nationalists declared the independence of Khalistan from India. However, this is not recognized internationally. In 1985, the Mamias landslide, the worst of such an event in North American history, caused the deaths of nearly 300 people. Also in 1985, the Akil Laru, a cruise ship, was hijacked by the Palestine Liberation Front. In 1977, the adoption of the fourth Soviet Constitution occurred. In 1963, John F. Kennedy signed the ratification of the Partial Test Ban Treaty, aka PTBT, which banned the testing of nuclear weapons in the atmosphere, under the water, and even in outer space. In 1959, the USSR probe Luna 3 transmitted the first ever photographs of the far side of the moon. In 1958, the U.S. manned spaceflight project was renamed Project Mercury. In 1956, the former president of Pakistan, Iskander Mirza, with the support of General Ayub Khan and the army, suspended the 1956 constitution, imposed martial law, and canceled the elections scheduled for January of 1959. In 1950, Mother Teresa established the Missionaries of Charity. In 1949, the Communist German Democratic Republic, aka East Germany, was formed. In 1944, during World War II, during an uprising at Birkenau concentration camp, Jewish prisoners burnt down Crematorium 4. In 1940, also during World War II, the McCollum Memo proposed bringing the United States into the war in Europe by provoking the Japanese to attack the United States. I wonder what logic is behind that. Make Japan attack the United States, then in retaliation, the US goes to war in Europe. That makes as much sense as invading a country that had nothing to do with the destruction of 2 buildings in New York. In 1933, Air France was inaugurated after having been formed via merger of 5 French airlines. In the year 1919, Koninklijke Luchtvaartmaatschappij NV, aka KLM, the flag carrier of the Netherlands, was founded. It is the oldest airline still operating under its original name. In 1918, the Regency Council of the Kingdom of Poland declared independence from the German Empire and formed the Republic of Poland. In 1916, Georgia Tech defeated Cumberland University 222-0 in the most lopsided college U.S. football game in the history of the United States. In 1912, the Helsinki Stock Exchange saw its first transaction. In 1879, Germany and Austria-Hungary signed the Twofold Covenant, creating the Dual Alliance. In 1864, during the American Civil War, hey, that rhymed, the Bahia Incident occurred, in which USS Wachusett illegally captured the Confederate raider CSS Florida while in port in Bahia, Brazil, violating Brazilian neutrality. In 1862, the Royal Columbian Hospital, aka RCH, opened as the first hospital in the Canadian province of British Columbia. In 1826, the Granite Railway began operations as the first chartered railway in the U.S. In 1800, French cuirassier Robert Surcouf, commander of the 18-gun ship La Confiance, captured the British 38-gun Kent and inspired the traditional French song Les 30 heures un de Moïse Diaut. In 1763, King George II of the United Kingdom issued the Royal Proclamation of 1763, thus closing Aboriginal lands in North America north and west of Alleghenians to white settlements. In 1582, due to the implementation of the Gregorian calendar, this date is skipped in Italy, Poland, Portugal, and Spain. And in 3761 BC, not BCE, BC, before Christ, not before Common Era, that's crap. The epoch reference date, epoch, also known as origin, of the modern Hebrew calendar according to the prolific Julian calendar occurred. Deaths, Edgar Allan Poe, 1849. And that concludes the show. Once again, you can check the underbar for any links you may be interested in. Don't forget to look right and left at every intersection. You can also rate 5 thumbs and subscribe if you do so wish. For your dose of past events daily, I am Aeoxander, and you are you. Toodles! In 1985, the Mamaeus landslide, the worst of such an event in North American history, caused the deaths of nearly 300...